Today we're going to talk about using Cayuse to submit a federal resubmission. So what I want to start with first is we're going to go into products, and for this example, for a resubmission that's federal that maybe previously you've done with NIH, let's just use that as an example. We're going to actually start with Proposals S2S in this case. I know normally we start in sponsored projects, but for this one, I want to start here. And what I want to show you is you can actually, if you have one of your old proposals already in the system, suppose you used Cayuse Proposals S2S in the past for your new proposal previously, you can actually just copy the proposal over if you need to. So I'm going to find a proposal here. Let's just say this ward test 0508. And if you want, you can just click these green sheets over here to copy the proposal. So if you previously submitted something and it's here in the system and you decide you want to build a new proposal based off of it or just copy the whole thing over, you can click copy, and the options are copy and transform. If you click copy, it will create a brand new proposal. You can name it again, whatever you want. This title doesn't matter. I could call it a resubmission of that. It'll use the same exact opportunity though, so keep that in mind. And you can elect to copy over the attachments if you want. You can put in a due date, and you can copy the proposal, and it'll create a brand new proposal that you can go in and work on. So it'll copy over all the information that was previously put in on the old proposal. So that's one option. If you want to use a different opportunity number, though, you'd have to click on the green sheets and click transform, and then you can select a different opportunity number. It'll build a new proposal based on that new opportunity number. So keep those in mind as something if you've previously done a proposal in Cayuse Proposals S2S. Now, if you've not done one in Cayuse Proposals S2S, you'll have to create a new one from scratch and go to grants.gov and select the opportunity number, search for it here. So keep that in mind. You'll have to start fresh on that. One thing I'll say is I'm going to open up this resubmission that I've started on. One thing that you'll need to be sure to check is for your resubmissions, one of the errors that you're going to have to clear out is to make sure you have the previous federal identifier here, and this should be as part of your last application. You'll need to fill this part out. Next, before we move on, we need to, you'll see here that we've got this resubmission. But the resubmission doesn't have a nice little orange circle here. Just a reminder, we have to have a proposal that this is attached to in Cayuse SP, which is the Sponsor Projects module. That's our internal routing. So just an example, if I click on this, it opens up a new tab and it brings me to the previous proposal where this was submitted to sponsor and everything is good here. You'll see we have a project number and everything here. 240186. I'm just going to remember that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to copy it just to show you what we need to do. Again, we need to make sure we have a routing sheet attached to this resubmission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back to Sponsor Projects. I'm just going to click back there, go into Sponsor Projects, into the actual routing, the routing part of everything, the internal routing. And what I'll need to do is start a brand new routing. And what we need to do for the routing side of it is related to an existing proposal, because in Cayuse Sponsor Projects, we have every proposal you've ever done at Tulane in here. So if you remember the name of it, I think I'd copied it over from one of the previous ones. It is 240186. If I can't find it there, then I'll just build it on, whichever one I can find. There's, whoops. Let's see, I'll try ward. As a matter of fact, if you can't find it immediately, one thing you can do is recheck which one that was attached to. I just called this one real title 050824, so that's the project number. So I'm just going to go Sponsor Projects, start new proposal 508. This one right here is the one I was looking for, so I'm going to build a new proposal on top of that project. So add new proposal to project. There we go. So now it's opened up this proposal. This is the one I'm going to build on. You'll notice that if I go back to the project level of everything, you can see all of the different previous proposals inside of this project. So I did the one, let's just say this old one never made it through, never got funded. And I did a little test one earlier today, but here's the third proposal. So I'm going to go back into the third proposal, and this will be my resubmission. You'll notice with SP, there is no way to copy over information. So when we're in S2S, the actual submission that goes to NIH, this one, it did copy over all of the information from our original proposal. But for our routing sheet, it doesn't. You have to refill out everything. So if you need to, you might open up the old proposal in a new tab and just copy over all the information. So once, I'm not going to fill out everything here. Once you go through everything and fill everything out, one thing I'll point out is you want to, on the first page, will the proposal be submitted through Cayuse Proposals S2S? Yes, because we do have our S2S over here. And this is where we're going to manually link this proposal in to the routing sheet. So the three options we have here, we have this very top option, link to existing proposals S2S record. So I see the name of that proposal is resubmission of word test. So I'm just going to start typing resubmission of word test, and it should show up here. When I do that, it is now linked, this routing sheet is now linked to our resubmission. So watch what happens when I refresh. And you can refresh either by using this icon or your browser refresh. You can see now we've got that link. So now this resubmission is paired to our internal routing sheet, and you can continue working on both.